Good afternoon.
Hi,
Hey, Mr. Signore.
Mr. Bradley, how are you?
I am well, and yourself?
Good. Let's talk about the antebellum period.
Ooh, the
Yeah,
antebellum period.
this is which means right before the war. You know,
Oh,
it's funny those people that were living in the antebellum period, they didn't call it the antebellum period because they didn't realize it was right before the war. So, what was life like just before the U.S. Civil War? We're going to talk about economics, and we're
Okay.
going to focus on the economy of the South.
Oh, the South. That's down in the land forgotten. No, it's not. Well, I wish I was in the land.
Are you going to start
I
singing Dixie?
almost. God, I'll stop.
So life in the South, let's look at the economy. It's not moving as well as I'd like. So mostly we have an agrarian society. That's a good word,
It is a good
which
word.
means just agriculture.
Right.
An agrarian society with small farmers and large plantations.
And this is the South we're talking about.
Right. Let's talk about the effects of labor and the types of labor.
Well, I think we're looking at two time periods,
Mm-hmm.
too, are we not? Before 1790, slavery is already on the decline. The founding fathers originally thought that as time went on, slavery would slowly end and dissipate and no longer be part of our culture.
And it was dying out.
It was. Tobacco was cheaper,
Mm-hmm.
but the problem was cotton was, it was the hope that cotton was going to be.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, no one grew cotton.
Right,
Because it
because
was
it
just
was-
too hard to process.
Yeah, too many seeds.
Yeah, right. Until
Eli Whitney.
Eli Whitney invents what's called the cotton gin, and all the gin does is simply pull seeds out of cotton. And it's a simple machine.
Yeah, but prior to that, one man would take a day just to get a pound of
Yeah,
cotton.
took forever.
And this machine increases it by 50.
And you have to have these seeds out to put the cotton on a loom so you could turn the cotton into textiles, into threads.
Yeah,
You
nobody
had
wants
have
to
it.
wear cotton seeds in their shoes
Mm-hmm.
or their clothes.
Right. So he invents this, thinking it's gonna help things out.
And
Because
he was trying to end slavery in his own way.
And the funny thing is he patented this, but he never made any money off this because it's such a simple machine. People just made them on their own, so he didn't really make a lot of money on it. But that's Eli Whitney. And then after 1790, it's a whole different story as far as labor goes in the South. Right, because the chief crop in the South is cotton, becomes cotton.
Cotton is king.
Cotton is king. But what we have to realize is there was a connection between them growing cotton in the South. It had to go somewhere.
Right.
And there was the Industrial Revolution, which we'll talk about later. The Industrial Revolution was taken off in Great Britain as well as New England. So the South is sort of economically tied to both the North region as well as England.
So they're both kind of all interconnected.
They are.
So they send this cotton up there and they start creating clothing
Yeah,
at a
textile mills.
much
Right.
faster rate.
And we'll talk more about the Industrial Revolution when we talk about the economy of the North.
So what are the effects of this?
Well, let's say there are five. Okay. How about number one?
Increase in cotton production.
Right. You're going to see that cotton is going to increase. You can see by 1800, hardly any at all. But right about the time you see the cotton gin invented, which was 1837,
Okay.
about then you see it just
Starts
just
to
taking
move.
off. Yeah. Here's the other one.
A decrease in factories built in the South.
Right. So they stop. They just in the South. They just don't put any effort into building factories.
So-
they put effort into buying land
And slaves,
and,
probably.
and making as much cotton as they can make.
Mm-hmm.
So this is it also increases a cotton demand for both New England and Great Britain. That's what we were just talking about. Is
More
this-
raw product, more
Right.
demand.
more raw product, and these giant textile mills that are just taking off in New England as well as in Old England, I
Mm-hmm.
guess you would say. How about that one?
Well, look at that. An increased demand for more land in the West. I
And that's what
wonder-
we were just talking about. And look at that map.
And if you look at that map carefully, I see Texas on the far left.
Right,
And Texas is going to become a huge cotton state.
right.
So,
Look just how quickly it grows.
and hey, wait a second. Isn't that the Indian territories there as well?
Yeah, it's probably going to affect Native Americans who
Oh,
are, again,
man.
if you look at, what is Arizona or Arkansas, you can see that was where they were displaced from the Trail of Tears. Guess what?
We went on another trail.
They're going to get displaced again because they want that land. They end up in the Dakotas, I think.
In Arizona.
Yeah. So now there's an increase for demand of slavery. The South has an increase, and this is what's sort of ironic about what Eli Whitney's invention is he really felt as though if he created a machine that would do the work for slaves, you would need less slaves.
Right. That does kind of make sense.
It does, but it really had the opposite effect, and I think Eli Whitney didn't realize this at the time, but after a while he realized that his machine really is going to cause the slavery to just really take off.
So could you say the cotton gin caused the Civil War?
Wow, I don't know. You could say the invention of the cotton gin certainly was one of the main reasons that led to the increase of slaves, and yeah. So there you go. That's the economy of the life in the South during the antebellum period.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Well,
See ya.